Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. I am here this afternoon with my beautiful friend Connie, and we are both together in this wonderful company, Marketplace Global. We actually met the first time, I think, on a Zooms, kind of like what we're doing right
hmm
now. And then we met also at two of our conventions in Dallas and our latest one in St. Joseph. And she is just a beautiful woman, a woman of Christ. And I am just so blessed to get to know her. And I just asked her to come on with me this afternoon. I've shared my story with all of you, and I would just love to have her story, share her story of what's going on with our wonderful powder and our drops. And so, Connie, just please, I know you can share from your heart and you have a deep love for these products and what they're doing for people. And I'd love to have you share your story.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for even asking me to be on here. I really appreciate it. And if anybody knows Michelle, she's just a sweetheart. Fell in love with her the first time I heard her talk on a Zoom. So she's got a big, big heart. And that's one thing that I noticed about our company. Um, like we all love to help each other, and I love that. So my name's Connie Childers, and a little bit before I go into what these amazing products have done for me here, a little bit about my work history and my health history, just really quick. My last three jobs, I used to work with children on the autism spectrum, beautiful children on the autism spectrum, and children with Down syndrome and other children with other mental and physical obstacles. I did ABA therapy with those children and loved the job. But however, with that job, sometimes it was physical to keep the babies from getting themselves hurt, from hurting other students or faculty members or even me. So you would have to put them in a gentle basket hold at times, and you would get kind of thrown around a little bit. Not that they intended to hurt you, but that did happen sometimes. And I have a really bad back. I have 16 screws and two 12-inch rods in my back, and two of those are broken currently. And so I had to get out of that. As much as I loved being with those children, working with those children, it was like Christmas Day mostly, every time I went into work. And then my mother was a cake baker. She made wedding cakes for a living. And well, actually, she did it kind of just for everyone. That was her gift to them, normally for their wedding gift. And so I was a piper. I grew up around that. Used to make the icing for my mom. And so I had a bakery, and I had to get away from that because of the ORA. And my friend Michelle knows all about this horrible RA. And I had a floral design business as well, thanks to my mommy, because she taught me all of that. So those three jobs I just had to get rid of because I just could not physically do them anymore because of my back and the rheumatoid arthritis, the fibromyalgia, and just having arthritis throughout my body and my feet, knees, and my back. I have scoliosis, mild scoliosis. Well, it's pretty severe. It's gotten worse as time has went on. And I had degenerative disc disease. I have a spinal stenosis, sponiostensis. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Anything, Michelle, that could be wrong with your back. Connie Sue.
Oh, you're frozen. Mm.
Hey, I don't know. You,
You're frozen. So I don't
yeah,
know what.
yeah, and
Or
you were frozen too.
okay, so I don't know what happened. I think we can just go, and I'll be able to
Slice
I'll
it.
edit that out. So you were just
Okay.
before you froze, that you had just said anything that could be wrong with your back, Connie Sue had it, and then it froze.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me see where I wanted to go with that. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Are we on?
Yep, we're.
Okay. There we go.
I think. Yep, it's still recording, so we're good. So I'll be able just to splice that. We're good.
Okay, good, good, good. So anyway, anything that was wrong with the back, I pretty much have had it. And I've had three major back surgeries. The first two back surgeries were epic failure. I was even told by my second surgeon, I left out there crying. I was by myself. I called my husband, and he actually said you could go paralyzed. And that really freaked me out. And because I was really young at that point. And my sciatic nerve used to stay pinched, Michelle. And I don't know if you've ever had that. God bless you if you have. And I hope you never do if you have not, because it is horrible, horrific pain. I describe it to where your leg would be numb on like the outside, but on the inside it was like a fiery stabbing knife going into your sciatic nerve, and it would lock up at times. So the third surgery it went well, and I did get a lot of relief for several years, but then it would start locking up again. So I put it off, put it off, put it off, and thank God I did, because they were going to have to add more up above and below at more screws, and then they were going to have to put more rods in instead of hip stabilizers. So thank God that I found these products, this company, because if not, I would have went under a third surgery. Since I started taking our little blue bottle of miracles here, I have not had, well, I do take that back, one time in almost a year. It'll be a year, July the 1st, that I've only had one sciatic, like I turned different and it hit me where it takes your breath one time. And that is like unheard of for me. It is just absolutely unheard of. But I have been in three wrecks, automobile wrecks, and not none of my fault, thank God. But you've heard the saying, "Oh, I feel like I've been hit by a semi truck." I have been hit by a semi
Oh
truck.
my gosh.
It rear-ended, and then a drunk driver head-on when I was 16 years old. So I've dealt with these problems for a really long time. And this one little girl ran into the back of me in a construction zone, one lane, coming in hot. She didn't have her permit; it had expired. She was by herself, and I was really lucky to walk away from all three of those. And I know now why, is because it was part of God's plan for me to be able to share his products with other people and to tell them how horrible my life had been until I found these. I have regular arthritis too, and then the fibromyalgia. And I don't know if you've ever had that, Michelle, or you do have it. Do you have fibromyalgia?
No,
It's
thank goodness.
horrible, especially when you try to calm yourself down at night to go to sleep, you will itch. My mother
Mm.
had it, and she would say, "Oh, I just itched all night," and I didn't understand it because I was a kid. And now I get it. I would just itch, 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 itch. And it's overactive nerves. So your nerves are sparking. That's what you're feeling, and it itches. So the very first night that I took these little blue, they're clear, odorless, tasteless drops, you guys. Anybody can take them at any age. And there's no drug interactions whatsoever with these. Very first time I took these, you can put them in any drink whatsoever, hot or cold too. Very first night I took these, I've never been a good sleeper, Michelle. When I was little, I could not sleep. And my dad was that way. I was never a good sleeper. I had the best sleep probably since I was a teenager, honestly. And I was laying there, I just felt like a calmness, and I felt the rhythm of my breathing. And I have a really horrible deviated septum on my left nostril. And I told my husband, I'm like, I can breathe clearer. He's like, that's
Wow.
weird. And I'm like, well, maybe something broke loose, or I don't know. But I literally, that night, I felt like I could breathe better. And so that next morning, he's like, wow, you didn't fidget all night and itch. And I had restless leg and feet too because of the fibromyalgia. And he's like, you didn't fidget. And he's like, I went to sleep really quick. He's like, you went to sleep fast. He's like, that was awesome. So that morning, I woke up and I just had it was just like butterflies and rainbows. I hadn't ever really felt that. I really honestly
Wow.
haven't. So I was in a great mood. I had such clarity, and I had been on like so many different medications for that sciatic nerve pain and for depression, because when you are a worker bee like me and a love of people and you socialize a lot and then that's put to a halt, it's very depressing. So I was on an anxiety medication, but it was also good for your nerve, the sciatic nerve pain. I was on two pretty powerful meds, and then I would take ibuprofen, like 800, like chicken eating corn, honestly, some days. And there was other things that I was taking. Oh, Flexeril. I used to have to take Flexeril every night, or I would get, since I was a child, my legs would draw up in cramps. And I mean, I would cry. It was awful. My feet and my legs would draw up. And since taking these, I've had that one time happen. That's when my mother-in-law passed at her funeral. Unfortunately, but I had wore heels all day, and we were out in the country, at the cemetery. And but it wasn't bad. Like, it was nothing that took me down like they normally would my whole life of having those. So the drops have helped that, and that is a huge blessing. And I noticed that I was having dreams. I really never could really remember dreams, maybe little snippets or whatever. And my mom passed away right before COVID, and I had never dreamt of her. And so I was probably on this a few months, and I had my very first dream of my mother. And that was a huge blessing to me.
Mhm.
And so I just couldn't believe it. So that next morning, I just had the focus, because the medications made me such brain fog. Like, I could have not done this when I was on those meds, because you would literally forget what you were saying. So
Right.
just the focus and the memory and the cognitive, the brain sparking again is just a miracle. And it's just such a blessing. And just the energy and the focus and the great mood that I had, but most of all, that pain and inflammation for that sciatic nerve to go away. And I had RA so bad in this right hand that my hands did not look like a pair. They didn't. And you can still see a little bit maybe here, but it's
Yeah,
so
not much.
not much. And
Mhm.
it is like, you have not, like, it's hard to text. I dropped mugs, coffee mugs. I dropped
Right.
everything. And I did. And it was just so, I mean, it hurt to drive. And you know that with
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
hands and
Yeah.
just anything, hold your phone, whatever it was. And so I mean, it was really fast. Like, the pain and inflammation, I tell you what, I had been on these meds, Michelle, for over 20 years, over 15
Yeah.
and 20 years, some of these. And I forgot to take my meds that first day, because I felt so great.
So great.
And I was going through the house like the Energizer Bunny. You know what I mean? It was just amazing to me how I felt. Let's see. The
That's
morning.
that's such a powerful testimony, and to have such a fast result. And not everybody has that fast result like you have. I can't remember, 20 to 30% are those quick responders, but that's so beautiful. Just that's
Yeah, I
a
was very.
lot.
It is, and that's not even everything, Michelle. As I went on, let's say I went through the pain, the sleeping, the restless leg. Night sweats and the hot flashes. Oh yeah, that's no more. Don't have any of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
foolishness anymore.
Me either. Those are all gone. Thank
Thank
goodness.
God, thank God.
Yes, yes.
And then I didn't even realize, actually, until one night. We have two homes, one in northern Ohio, one in southern Ohio, and I was driving back and forth at night, and it was raining. And normally I was really struggling. I told my husband, I'm like, I don't know if I should drive anymore at night, especially when it rains, because it's kind of
Mhm.
hard to see things. So I got home and I'm like, Joe, I can see it. It was great. I couldn't believe, like, this is helping my vision,
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
just so excited. And then when I started the Vericel, goodness, when were we out? At the end of March. So
March. Yeah.
yeah, and then I started this in like the beginning of April, I want to say. And I noticed that I was just stronger and everything was just more, it was more so like I had more energy and didn't think that would ever be possible because of the drops make me feel so wonderful and everything's just enlightened. And I forgot to mention the calmness that I felt
Right.
with this. It was just like I've always been a calm person and a happy person, but it just kind of gives you that next level zen. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that
Right.
that right there, well, I can tell you what. The other day, my social media got locked out because I was hacked, and it said I was going to
Uh-oh.
have to wait 180 days. Normally, I would have like had a panic attack, honestly. And I was just like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. It'll work out. And it did. And it
Good.
did. But yeah, the Vericel, I just feel stronger. I just honestly, like when I do my weights, I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is awesome. So, I mean, they're a blessing. This community, not just the products, but the community, the people,
Right.
our owners. When I first met Kathy, I told her, I said, what's so different here for me? I've been in other peer-to-peer commerce companies, and I said, it's kingdom centered here. And
Yeah.
it truly, truly is.
Yeah.
And we accept everyone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what your background is or what your religion is, or even if you don't have a religion, we love you anyway.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And wow, what a powerful story, Connie. Thank you for sharing. I haven't
You're
heard
welcome.
your whole story yet before, but I've always known you after you started taking the Vericel, and you've always
Yeah.
had that energy and that happiness and peace and loving. But I felt the same thing with the Vericel that, the drops made a huge difference for me, reducing the inflammation, sleeping better, calmer, the night sweats going away, my digestion regularity so
Yes.
much better. But
Yeah.
yeah, but when we got our little miracle powder, it took everything, like you said, just to that, felt like that next level, just felt better even
Hmm.
more. So
Hmm.
I'm
Oh, I tell you, I mean, this did help with my bowels, but this has really helped with my
right.
bowels, girlfriend. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you. And that's always been a bad situation with me and my sister, my mother, my nieces even. It's just kind of something that, but I do not know how to act is to eat and then go to the bathroom a couple hours later, you guys. It's a miracle.
It is. It is like you
It
feel
really
like a
is.
normal. I finally feel like a normal person.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
you're
because
going regularly.
yeah, you don't have that bloating.
Right.
You don't have
Right.
that bloat. It is. And if anybody's been on the fence about trying these natural products, I mean, I was so lucky to feel this right away, and I fell up
Yeah.
under a very slim margin of people. But sometimes it can take people a month or 2 months or 3 months or
Yeah.
even more. But people have to understand it's natural and it's from God. It's the way He intended us to heal our body. He put all of these products, all of these ingredients here on earth for us to heal our body. And
Yeah.
it's just it every it's not like a pain pill, you guys. Now I personally I got blessed. I truly did to feel it so fast.
Yeah.
But for this to even burn visceral fat for 9.5 hours, that is huge,
That is
absolutely
huge.
crazy. So, and visceral fat can kill you. It can wrap itself
Right.
around your organs and kill you. So,
Yeah. It can.
what a blessing! What a
Yes.
blessing it's
Yeah.
been for me and so many other people.
Yeah. Yes, it has been. So we're not trying to diagnose or cure anything. It's the body that's the hero. But like Connie said, all these are natural ingredients put here on the planet. And when you give your body what it needs, the nutrients and everything it needs, and the body just knows how to heal itself from the inside out. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Connie. And we're just here to give people hope and offer an alternative. And whether you're just interested in the products or joining us in our wonderful community, either Connie or I, whoever you're seeing this from, we would just love to chat with you. But thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey, Michelle, one thing, if you want to explain what Vericel does, or I can,
Sure, go ahead.
Before, just in layman's terms, this is the way I always explain it to people. So you've got trillions and trillions of cells in our body. There are over 37 trillion cells. So if you have, let's say we've got, half over here and half over here, and these are healthy and these are sick. These healthy ones are going to go over and, say, hey, Connie, what's the deal? You're sick over here. And we're going to go back and we're going to get what you need. And they will just wrap these cells in their little love sugars and make them better without getting themselves sick. And it is absolutely crazy. We have over 40 years of research on this, over 70 years of research on the drops, and they work. We are seeing miracles. Miracles, guys. Miracles here.
Yes.
So sorry to
that's perfect. That's exactly
in.
what we needed to know, because yes, these little blue drops or bottles with our miracle drops, they activate our vagus nerve. So it turns on, the highway, the gut brain connection, and the vagus nerve is responsible for over 1,100 different systems in our body, and your heart, your digestion, your liver, your lungs, all of that. And then this is all about cell-to-cell communication, just like Connie was saying. So the two of them together, there's never been anything like this to give our body what it needs to take care of itself.
It's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing from God. It truly is.
It is. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and God bless you. And we'll just keep you updated on all the great things that are happening.
Thank you, Michelle, for having me. I love you so much.
Thank you for being here. I'm going to turn our recording off here.
Bye-bye.